Good Thursday morning, everybody. Beautiful Thursday morning here in Central Florida, starting the day off at 78 degrees. And wow, is it humid out there. Walk through the door and get hit in the face, right? Whew, we had a really good rain event last night, storming and a lot of rain, but the humidity this morning, it'll knock you back. And we're starting the day at 78. So you know it's going to be a humdinger today, boys and girls. We're going to get to today. Yes, sir. So on my way in, stopped, got coffee, and kind of my habit. It's my one last vice, folks. You got to give me one. And the guy says, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing good. How are you?" He says, "Well, I'm here." I said, "Well, there's worse places to be." And he says, "Yeah, I guess I got to count my blessings." How come you always say there's worse places to be whenever someone asks you or tells you that, well, they're here? I says, because there's worse places to be, and I've been in a lot of them. And I'm thankful that I haven't been unemployed in the last 40 years. 41 years? Yeah. More than 2 weeks, my whole life. And very thankful for that. But that doesn't mean I had the jobs I loved. I had a lot of stepping stones, if you know what I mean. You know, you get something to put food on the table and a roof over your head, and that's where you're at. You know, and I've been in some pretty rough places. I've lived out of my car before. I've lived out of a tent before. You just do what you got to do to keep doing, right? No matter how hard things hit you, get back on your feet and you move on. I remember when I first came to Florida and I was working construction and in the fields, and my mode of transportation was my 2 feet until I had enough money to get a bicycle. Then it was a bicycle. And it was a bicycle for a long time until I had enough money to get an old beat up car. And those old beat up cars, I mean, they used to call me the king of the $800 cars. I used to get, hey, if it got me point A, point B, some of them last a long time, just change the oil and take care of them. And if you got a job and you got a way to get around and place to live, you're in good shape. You are. And I remember when I came back from the military, and my ex-wife, she had totaled out our car, and she had a different car, and both working. And my mode of transportation to get to work was my 2 feet. Till I had enough money to buy a bicycle at a pawn shop, and then it was a bicycle. Till I had enough money for an $800 car. Yeah, that's it. Had a lot of them. I'm trying to remember. I think it was an Oldsmobile, an older Oldsmobile, boxy style. I forget what make it was. That lasted me about a year, but it lasted me a year. $800, it paid for itself. And then I got a '84 Ford Tempo, manual transmission, and that lasted me a long time. Paid $800 for it. That thing lasted me a long time, and all I did is change the oil, filter, take care of minor maintenance things until finally she gave up and she was done. But hey, do what you gotta do, right? You know, I'm thankful now I've got a really good career, and I've got a vehicle that I've always wanted. I got a Ford F-150, and I love it, and it does everything that I want it to do. You know, but you gotta take care of it. So there's always worse places to be than where you're at. You can think that you're in a really bad spot, and maybe you are, but it could be worse. You still breathing, you still moving, and if you're moving in the right direction, can't nobody fault you. You know, if you're in a bad spot and you're having a hard time making things meet, but you're doing it, hey, good job and keep it up. Don't let anyone look down at you and look down their nose at you and think they're better than you and make you think they're better than you. Because they in worse shape than you are, I guarantee. They're in worse shape than you are. I've dealt with that my whole life, and nothing aggravates me more than somebody that thinks they're better than somebody else. And on the outside, they might look it, but on the inside, they dead as day is long. Ain't no way to be. You can give that a good thought. See what you think about that. When you think about it, you see I'm right. So don't be dead, be alive. Keep moving in a forward position. Don't give up, no matter how hard it is. Keep trying. And if you fall, we all do it. Pick yourself up, learn from it. If you have to change your behavior and move on. There's a lot of times in your life where you're going to have to change your behavior to make it right, get things right. So you can blame everything on anyone you want, but 9 times out of 10, your biggest problem is in the mirror. So fix it. Sometimes all we can do is a little tiny bit of improvement each day. And if that's what you got, you're doing better than a lot of people, because there's a lot of people just don't care about improvement. It ain't about others, it's about you. It's easy to see the flaws in others and not in ourselves, but you can't do anything about the flaws in others. You can only do something about the flaws in you. So what are your priorities, and what are you trying to do? Y'all have a great day. We'll catch you tomorrow, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.